Chapter 12, Operating Inspection Report Forms. General, uncover the chapter of the Operating with Inspection Report Forms is steam locomotive, the locomotive frames will maintain properly, prepare with all installation zone with the interior of the theater operation. Also include the chapter general with specific control for the governing and preparation of the operation inspection reports, personnel responsible for the operation preparation while guided by these instruction. The WDAGO Form 55-115 daily assignment, the worksheet, locomotive cranes required repairs. Form will complete with the individual in charge of the maintaining equipment will be retained within the file for the installation where the equipment is operated or with the mechanical record. The equipment is accessible at all times completed with the form will be equipped with the left edge of the file forward with the recorder accompanied with the equipment and ends for the transport and other installation sent to the Army repaired railroad repair shop for the repairs attention expressly directed for the reverse side form 55-115. On such data the data repairs made with the job order with the merits requisition number, the brief, the description of repair will be recorded with the job order of the part requisition will become permanent record, may be referred to and more with the complete with the description part of the nature of repair with the necessary standard war department job order performance parts requisition form requested for the job order forms the use of the connection with the repair equipment they are available to each of the war department installation. WDAGO Form 55-116 locomotive crane maintenance inspection chart figure 18. Form will complete with the individual chart of the maintaining equipment will be retained with the file installation of the equipment is operated with the operator equipment is also responsible for the maintenance he will make with the shovel check for the required during the course of the day will maintain the chart. 208 WDAGO Form 55-150 ashpan spark arrestor inspection repair card figure 19. Form will be complete with the individual in charge of the maintenance equipment at the engine terminal shop at the other location. Inspection repair parts made with the ashpan spark arrestor designated personnel and move. Several checks required as each of the phase washout period whenever it is necessary to make an examination of the equipment. 209 WDAGO Form 55-151 alteration report of the steam locomotive crane boilers figure 20. When any of the repair chamber is made in fact with the data shown with the boiler specification card WDAGO Form 55-152, see paragraph 210 and an alteration report give the details such change with the filled within 30 days with the date that they are completed. Will be prepared in triplicate individual change charge of the making of the alteration of the equipment and authority with the mechanical engineer railway grand division headquarters theater for the operation chief of the transportation zone with the interior one copy of the retained on file with the installation where the equipment is operated 2 copies before with the railway grand division headquarters or chief transportation. The report will cover the application of the new barrel sheet and domes, application of new patch for the barrels and domes of the boiler with the portion wrap sheet with the crown of the boiler if not supported with a stable. A report of patches accompanied with the drawing a blueprint with a patch showing the location in regard with the center line with the boiler, given the necessary decision dimensions shown with the nature of the location of the defect. Drawing patches will also show whether the plate underneath the chest latch was removed, the defective plate was not removed. And it shows daily inspection maintenance. Your daily assignment for locomotive work and locomotive cranes, record of repairs, locomotive crane maintenance inspection chart. Alright, your ashpan spark arrestor inspection repair record. Alteration report of steam boilers, locomotive crane boilers, and the back of that. Alright, the location extent of the craft with the pitting groove with the groove and the wheel shown with the dimension of the side of the rivet, the hole with the given of the report with the tape with the iron steel rivets where we use the authentic records with the test of the materials, you the making and repair with the available low tensile strength is shown by test of the will given the otherwise 50,000 pound with the steel 45,000 pound for wrought iron will be allowed. Patch previously applied with the report first time of the boiler stripped over the permit with the examination not if the report pads of the strip with the low supported by staples. Longitudinal seam reinforced chain with inside with the number of the brace with the give of the maximal shove of the initial application superheat with the arc of the water tube with the water bar tubes that give it the number of the dimension of the tube, the chain with the number of the capacity safety valve, the insulation, removable thermetic siphons, the report filled with the cover all the initial insulation will show the number of the siphons installed with the construction of the device of the manner of the application of the manner of the initial firebox sheet stated immediate vicinity with the siphon 8, the initial installation removal of the low water alarms reports show with the cover of the initial installation show with the tray the name of the device of the manner application. 210 WDAG Form 55-152 boiler specification specification steam locomotive with cranes. A specification card required for the boiler. Each war department a locomotive with a locomotive crane prepared and or maintained by the Chief of Transportation Zone with a zero mechanical engineer, railway Grand Division headquarters, theater of operation, containing the result of the calculation made and determining working pressure of the necessary data will be prepared with triplicate with the information. Builder specification accompanying with the equipment with the one copy will be each filed with the office of the Chief of the Mechanical Officer. Have the charge of the locomotive with the two copies filed with the office of the Mechanical Engineer, railway Grand Division headquarters, theater of operation, or in the office of the Chief of Transportation Zone Interior. If the builder's specification card is not available, the specification card will be filed promptly. Through the examination accurate with the calculation permit, every specification will be verified with the out of the engineer making the calculation will be approved with the chief mechanical officer. The accurate with the drawing of the boilers available with the date with the specification card made with the taken from the drawing with the accurate drawing. If not available, the required data will be obtained with the first opportunity given. The general repairs are made with the flues are removed. If the builder's name of the boiler is unknown, with the builder is signed with the boiler with the item of the builder's number of the boiler. Specification card will change with the sign with the number of the boiler, sign with the number of the boiler appear with the affidavit with the boiler numbers of the boiler will be used whenever the zone. When the boiler is chained with the one locomotive and the other, such change with the reporter promptly with the given locomotive number of the boiler number that involved with the boiler is removed with the locomotive. The disposition will be shown. Boiler numbers 1 record specification card will not be changed thereafter. 211, the WDAGO Form 55202, the locomotive equipment supply and tool list. The foreman's locomotive supply when the tools will be checked with directly from the foreman of the maintenance personnel upon arrival of the home terminal. However, each trip of all equipment listed available on the locomotive with a good working condition. 212, the WDAGO Form 225, weekly shop report with the railroad equipment, figure 23. Form is indicating progress of the repairs railroad equipment each for the weekend with the 11:59 Saturday report will include the data record on the form with the old base for the shop of records. Report will prepare with the railroad equipment repair shop will making a repair to the except for the second incline will complete with the triplicate with the one record, one copy to retain with the file shop with the installation preparing with the report zone with the interior of the original copy, one copy to send with the zone master mechanic. We will retain one copy of the forward with the original with the chief of the transportation Washington 25 DC with the leader operation original. One copy will be sent to the Railway Grand Division headquarters with having jurisdiction over the reporting installation. WDAG Form 55-225 supersedes WDAGA Form 55-225 of the 21st of 1994. OCT Form 629-24 July 1944. Control approved with the symbol of the SPTOR 5. The WDAGO Form 55-226, the daily inspection report, steam locomotive with the crane, figure 224. This form will be complete with the engine man crane operator will retain with the installation with the equipment operator with each of the steam locomotive attendant with the steam locomotive will be inspected after each of the trips of the day where the defective found when reported on this form. Form will show the number of the locomotive, the plate for the time and inspect for the defective found with the signature occupant with the employee making the inspection. Report is approved with the officer with the in charge of the defective report, which will be not repaired with the locomotive. The returns with the explain with the back of the form to deflect with the not repaired work non-rep over will be written on front of the form explanation with the back of the form will be numbered for the corresponding item on the front. Report as well will be retained on the file on the future reference to place for the inspection was made. Engineers will inspect the locomotive at the corner with the instruction printed on Form 8 WDAGA Form 55-226. No consideration will be given the verbal reports. No reports will properly sign with the engine man air brake inspector report with the reservoir train line pressure taken from the air pump. The governor shut off the full capacity. This will make necessary adjustment bring pressure for the required minimum stated corrected measures. And roads for the word trip that means only one way over the division or district without branch turnaround with the runs one round trip that is made with a day trip that will be held with a meaning with a round trip with a short branch with the line trip that will be more than one round trip that is made each day with the yard trip of the daily works instead of the trip will apply for locomotives which made one or more round trips per day with one end of the running terminate with the shop point with the daily inspection made with the point except for the meeting requirements of the rule even though the day of the work is not completed there. 214 instruction applicable to the monthly and annual report of WDAGO Form 55-227 and WDAGO Form 55-228. Certification reports, monthly and annual reports are signed and certified by one more inspectors if the one inspector with the personal knowledge of the work shown by the report performed may so certify Otherwise, and each inspector will silently indicate before the signature a number of the items which was certified that the officer within charge must have the personal knowledge of the work is done properly. If the master mechanic general foreman had the knowledge, report signed, and he will be accepted. Otherwise, may be signed with the officer in charge of the personal knowledge of the performed properly. The certificate required for the work performed outline points that the officer unable to present with the person and perform the work with the responsible for the proper performance may sign with the officer in charge. Monthly and annual reports will be sworn before a notary public adjudgment with the inspector for the inspector making an inspection with the officer for the team with the certificate with the correct name for the report and affidavit that not exceed with the execute of the reports filed with the mechanical officer in charge of either with the zone of the interior theater of operation. Before inspected locomotive to put into the strip of the copy of the monthly WDAG Form 55-227 and the annual WDAG Form 55-228 will be placed in suitable location on each of the cab. The reports need not to be shown that he must have the other ways to duplicate his annual report filled. Railway Grand Division Headquarters with the Chief of the Transportation gave the monthly report with duplicated report filled with his own master mechanic. Preparation of the reports, flying over the reports responsible for personnel, use the typewriter, ink, or rubber stamp. Make sure the reports are sworn immediately after the proper repairs are completed. Make notation complete record with the top of any of the reports substituted incorrect with the previously filled with the recorded correct report forward with the chief mechanical officer. Do not use the surface such words as save okay, answering the items listed for the these repairs instead of examine the exact condition. Answer good, fair, or bad, whether the questions require conditions to be shown. Apply with the following definitions. Good to A, good. Looking parts of the have no defects consequent that can be discovered with a reasonable inspection. Fair, the parts that have the defects in safe and suitable condition are not in violation of the regulations, and show the boiler specification for the steam locomotive cranes. And then the back of that, locomotive equipment supply and tool list, a weekly shop report with the railroad equipment, daily inspection locomotive and locomotive cranes. Alright, bad. The part that is not safe with a suitable condition of the violation regulation of the time of the following no report with the WDAG Form 55-227 will require for the month with which annual report WDAG Form 55-228 is made. Monthly inspection made every calendar year with an period with the inspection will not materially exceed 30 days. The inspection made with the first one with having 31 days after another inspection will not require until the first day of the immediately following the month. All reports of theater of operation will be filed with the Railway Grand Division Headquarters 15 days of the day of the inspection zone with the tier report will be 15 days of the day of the inspection annual report. Report Chief of the Transportation monthly report will be sent with the zone of the transportation officer with the attention of the zone master mechanic. Officer for the report number of the day of the locomotive. The officer for the will be the note with the WDAG Form 228 with example of the notation of the locomotive. The officer for the undergoing repairs from September 10th to September 25th of September will be informed of the concern of the reason with the extension days between the inspection. No postponement. However, the permit with the next inspection date. Inspection will be made with the report filed with each of the calendar month the locomotive is in service. Officer for the reports filed with the locomotive whichever the service entire with the calendar month of the hour. Officer for the due with the inspection remain. Officer for the balance of the month. The copy of the officer for the report will be laid for the cab card holder of the locomotive. When the officer for the report is filed with the inspection made with the report filed with the locomotive again return the service. The officer for the report will be filed until the end of the month with the duration of the non-officer for the occur with the officer for the report and with the form will be signed with the mechanical officer within charge. The signed officer for the properly with the officer for the report's notation of the month of the officer for the will be made with the back of the inspection report with the cards. 7. The locomotive permanently retired with the service that becomes condemned or scrapped or sold. The final report will be made with the WDAG Form 55-228 with the report show with the locomotive number of the boiler, number of the file with its file with the theater operation form will be filed with the Railway Grand Division Headquarters under jurisdiction locomotive the last operated with his own interior with the form of the local forward chief of transportation copy will file with the station locomotive last operated mechanical officer charge in the station locomotive the dismay with the bus certified with the arranged the forward final report disposition locomotive will be shown with the form. Entire locomotive condemned scrap with the soul with the filing with the final report code with the record of the locomotive with the further report the need not to be filed when the locomotive the one boiler only scrap with the otherwise disposed with the locomotive continue with the strip of the new other boiler report will be filed with its files. Locomotive the returns for the new with the other boiler with the WDAG Form 55-228 filed with the time of the notation back explaining placement of original boiler other numbers for the both boilers involved with the given the boiler is not new with the boiler number of the locomotive from which the replacement boiler was obtained indicated. If the boiler is removed from the locomotive held in spare with the future use, it will report and certified to WDAG Form 55-228 will be marked as spare boiler report will be filed with the same manner outlined with the final report. Spare boiler reports will be the same the type diagonally on WD AG Form 55-228 as follows. Spare boiler report, locomotive, the boiler number to remove the locomotive, the ad number and station held as spare and will not be used for the locomotive service until the inspection report is filed with the date in blank. General WDAG Form 55-227, the monthly inspection repair report, steam locomotive, the locomotive crane, figure 225. General, this report is completed with the monthly and triplicate with the inspector, and show the monthly inspection repair report. Locomotive out of the records. Sign in person in charge of the maintaining equipment. 1 copy to play for the super location of the cab of the locomotive. 1 copy to be retained on file installation. 1 copy to the zone, interior forward zone of the transportation, tension zone, master mechanic, others, and 3-year operation railway Grand Division headquarters on the jurisdiction of locomotive last operated month and the year with which the report was filed with the insert of the upper left-hand corner of the report number of the locomotive will appear with the upper right-hand corner. Locomotive number will be placed in line 2 of the body with the report corresponding with the given in the upper right-hand corner. Date will appear in line 2 of the place of the inspection. Subsequent repair work will appear in line 3 with the body with the report. The date refers to the day of the repairs were completed. Special instruction preparation monthly inspection repair report for the reasonable personnel with the under item 1 show the date with which the steam gauge is tested. The lift is left in good condition. Steam of the gauge will be tested immediately before safety valve with any of the chain of the main setting. Under item 2 show the pressure for which the safety valve is set open with the locomotive with the equivalent of only 2 safety valves and show the word known with the space for the report with the 3rd safety valve. The date of the setting will be noted. Under item 3, yes or no. When locomotive is equipped with 1 injector with a feed water pump instead of the 2 injectors play with the asterisk with the opposite of the item 3 with the notation below with the affidavit of the margin with the report following the asterisk. 1 injector, 1 feed water pump. The answer for these questions will then include the condition both the injector feed water pump with the same of the 2 injectors used. Under item 4, the answer for the yes or no with the note of the question refers to all steam leaks other than those existing boiler proper. Under item 5, give the 2 answers. First, show the condition of the brake equipment, and with the second, with the show of the condition signal equipment. The signal equipment is not used. Not used. Used. Not used. Answer not used. Under item 6, give the 2 answers for the first, indicating the condition of the draft gear. Second, show the condition of the gear. With the addition of the 2 answers required, show the month of the drawbar. Pins removed and inspected by following the notation R and I date. Alright, 7, under item 7, show the condition of the drive gear. Under item 8, show the condition of the run gear. Item number 9, show the condition of the answer to not use the locomotive that have the saddle, the tank, side tank, and no tender. Note this answer will cover all the parts of the tender not included in items 5, 6, and 8. Under item number 10, give the 2 answers, each of which will be yes or no. Under item 11, yes and no with a note with the items refer to the steam leaks of existing boiler proper. 12, under item 12, will give the 2 answers. First, show the condition of the stable. For the second, show the condition of crown stay. Under item 13, give the 2 answers for the first, show the number of the stable. For the renew the second, show the number of the crown stay. Renewed. Under item 14, give the 2 answers. First, show the condition of the flue. Show the condition of the firebox. Item 15, under item 15, give the 2 answers. First, show the condition of the arch tube. The second, show the condition of water tube, R tubes. Either not you, but the answer will be not used. A, when the firebox is with the siphon and circulate instead of the arch tube with where the U, the arch tube with the plate for the arch tube, the opposite of the item 15 with the notation asterisk, give the number of the siphon and circulators. Show the condition of the siphon and circulators, any with above the combination, you within the same box. Under item 16, give the 2 answers, yes or no, or renewed. If not, answer for the not you with the boiler equipped with the low water alarm. Place the asterisk with the opposite of the item 16 with the notation below with the affidavit on the margin of the report. Asterisk, give it the low water alarm. Under item 17, give it the date of the previous hydrostatic. Under item 18, give it the date of the removal of the cap of the flexible stable with the locomotive not equipped with the flexible stable with having caps answer for the not used. When flexible stable with the boiler provided with a telltale hole with the test and I approve of the electrical other instruments in accordance with the rule number 16. 2, show the last date with which the telltale holes were opened and tested. For example, item 18, date of the removal of the cap flexible stable. 16-2, 1st February 1945, boilers equipped with the flexible stables having caps over the outer ends the same in the stable. If they have no telltale, show the date with the previous removal of the cap of the tables without telltale holes. Also give the date with the stable of the telltale holes open and tested to approve of the electrical other instruction. For example, item 18, date of the removal of the cap of the flexible stable with the caps removed the 1st February 1944. 16-2 with the 1st of February 1945. Above the case rule number 16 with the comply with the asterisk will play with the opposite. And item 18 with the noted below with the affidavit on the margin report asterisk 18 rule number 16-2 applied with the given color and porous plug applied. 216 WDAG Form 55 228 Annual Inspection Repair Report with the steam locomotive and cranes. Figure 226. General, this report will be prepared with the annually quadruplicated with the answering sign by a person in charge of the maintaining of the equipment. One copy that will be put over the cab of the locomotive crane suitable to play with the glass to prevent deterioration. One copy will retain on file installation and into the zone with the interior with the two copy, the four with the zone map, the mechanics will forward. One copy with the chief of the transportation theater operator, two copy of the railway crane addition and quarter or jurisdiction locomotive, the last operative of the month of the year with each with which report with the file with the insert of the upper left-hand corner of the report number of the locomotive with the place upper right-hand corner. Locomotive number will appear on the line 2 with the body with the report correspondingly given in the upper right-hand corner. The date and place of the inspection repair will given in the line 3 by the date with the meaning of the day of which the repairs were completed. Service specific instruction on the preparation of the annual inspection repair report for a responsible person will under item 1 given the date of the hydrostatic test given, and item 2 given the date of the previous removal of the cap of the flexible stable locomotive with the not equipped flexible stable that have in cans for the not used. And when all flexible stables and boilers are provided with a telltale hole for the test of the roof, the electrical or other instrument in accordance with the rule number 16.2 to show the last date in which telltale holes were opened in the 10th, for example, the item 2 for the date of the previous removal of the cab of the flexible stable with 16.2 February 1st, 1945 boiler equipped with the flexible stables having the caps over the outer end. Some of the stables having no telltale holes show the date of the previous removal of the cab of the stable with the say out with telltale holes. Given the date at which the table the telltale holes were opened and tested to prove the electrical or other instrument. For the example, the item 2 for the date of the previous removal of the caps of a flexible stable. Caps removed 1 number February 1st of February 1944, 16.2 for the 1st of February 1945. Under item 3, give the date of the previous removal of all the fluids. Under item 4, give the date of the previous removal of the lagging from the boiler. Under item 5, show the pressure applied with the hydrostatic test was given. Under item 6, the answer for the yes or no. If the flexible stable is not used, the question will be answered not used. When the flexible staple with the boiler provided with the telltale hole of the test and improve with the electrical or other instrument in the corner of the rule 16.2 with the answer for the flexible fouls. Item 6 where caps remove the all flexible stable 16.2. Where caps remove the flexible stable the telltale hole of the bolts will provide with the telltale hole of the tested per rule number 9.16.2 with the answer for which the foul with the item 6. Where caps removed with the flexible stable yes 16.2. When the caps are removed within the flexible stables without the telltale hole of the stables, will provide with the telltale hole of the tested per number rule number 62. Answers for all of the items. Item 6 is where the caps are removed with the all flexible number 16.2. It above the case for the rule number 16.2 comply with the place for the asterisk. The opposite item number 16 of the number 6 with the notation below the affidavit margin rule. Asterisk 16, rule number 16, comply with 2, with the given the cover, porous plug applied. 7 under item 16A, answer yes or no. Under item 7, give the 2 answer first, you have the or no. To say, give the number of the first, remember the small fluid for the locomotive room with the equivalent of the superheater fluid with the answer first. The question, yes, except with the superheater fluids. Revision may be made with the margin of the report. Shows the annual inspection repair report, steam locomotive, the locomotive cranes, locomotive out of service. Under item 8, give the condition of the interior of the boiler with all fluids removed, the insufficient number of the fluids removed to allow the thorough examination of the number of the fluids, and whether or not remove the interior barrel of the fluids, the examine such good show the condition, for example, the good fluids. Under item 9, yes or no. Item 10, give the condition, exterior of the boiler with sufficient lagging, remove the permit through the inspection, not inspected. No, but the inspection will be made with the boiler under the pressure. Item 11, item under 11, yes or no. Item 12, give the 2 answer, each of the which will be yes or no. Item 13, give the 2 answer first, show condition ground stable, the second show the condition of the stables. Item 15, or item 14, give the 2 answer of the show the condition of the sliding. Second show the condition of the crown bars as far as inspected. Under item 15, go to the 2 answers first, show the condition of firebox, second show the condition of flues. Under item 16, give the 2 answers first, show the condition of arch tube, the second show the condition of water tubes. Where firebox go with the siphon and circulators, arch tube with the siphon and circulators, where the arch tube with the plate for the asterisk opposite of the item 16, notation margin of the report. Asterisk given the number of siphon and circulators. Item in case 17A, above true answer question, show the condition of the siphon and circulator with the arch tube, the siphon and arch tube with the circulators, any of the above the combination of the same firebox. Or item 17, give the condition of the throat brace inspected. If they cannot be inspected, the answer will be not inspected. Under item 18, give the condition of the back head brace with the wear of the not possibly brave with the inspect with the not inspected with the wear of the not inspected. Under item 19, give the condition of the flue sheet with the brace if when possible these brave with the inspected, not inspected with the non or answer for the not inspected. 21 under item 20 with the boiler equipped with the fusible plugs, yes or no with the renew with the no with the boiler, not equipped with the fuse plug with the in with the not, U with the low water alarm, the plate with the asterisk opposite with the item 20 with the notation, give it the name of the low water alarm condition with the report, does not bear the notation low water alarm, it will indicate the low water alarm is not applied. Under 21, answer the yes or no with the no with the question, refer to the all steam local leaks existing with the boiler proper. The item 22 with yes or no. The item 23 show the pressure at which the safety valve to open the locomotive equipped to only 2 safety valves. Answer with the space with the 3rd safety valve. The word no with the item under item 24. Yes or no. Locomotive equipped with 1 injector with 1 feet water pump instead of the 2 injector plate with the asterisk opposite with the 24 with the notation below with the affidavit the margin from the report as well with the asterisk 1 injector 1 feet water pump. The answer with the question include the condition both the injector feet water pump the same with the 2 injectors for use. 26 U for the under item 25 with U for the yes or no with the no with the item refer to the all steam leaks out with an existing boiler proper. 27 under item 26 Joe with the pressure given the main reservoir hydrostatic pressure applied. 228 under 27 give the 2 to answer for the first show of the condition brake equipment, the second show of the condition signal equipment, the signal equipment not used and answer will be not used. 29 under item 28 yes or no. Under item 29 give the 2 answer first show of the condition draft gear, second show of the condition of the draw gear. 31 under item 30 show the condition of the driving gear. 32 under 31 show the condition of running gear. On 33 under 32 show the condition of the tender. Note that the item included with all parts of the tender not covered in items 27 to 28, 29, and 31. Alright, 217 WDAGA Form 5230 with the monthly inspection repair report with the locomotive cranes over the same figure 27. This record prepared distributed in the same manner with the WDAG Form 55227 the monthly inspection repair report with the steam locomotive and the locomotive cranes. Just monthly inspection repair report locomotive the locomotive cranes other than steam. WD 218 WDAG Form 55231 locomotive boiler tender tank washout record. This record prepared with the maintained person in charge of the maintaining equipment that will retain the installation of locomotive service on the date of the boiler's washout following information into in the form number of the locomotive date of the washout, the signature boiler washer inspector, assume with the water column, all connections were clean, all spindle gauge clock, water glass cocks removed, the cocks clean, with signature on the inspection workman clean, water column remove the spindle of the clean cocks. Signature from the inspector workman clean with the wash interior of the tender of the tank. Show the boiler and tender washout record. 219 WDAG Form 55235 locomotive inspection cleaning testing record figure 29. Form is complete with a triplicate person charging with the maintaining equipment. 1 copy of the plate for the suitable location of the locomotive with 1 copy retained with the outfit installation inspection. General made 1 copy for the forward zone transportation tension zone master mechanic zone interior. The railway Grand Division headquarters theater operation. Number of the locomotive will appear in the upper right hand corner of the form of the year of which of the record covered the plate for the locomotive with the number of the space provided items 1 and 11. Cover the steam locomotive, the items 1 and 5 cover the other steam locomotive, the column previous to the test, will cover the date and station from the last test shown on the preceding form of the subsequent test inspection. Be entered for the proper column in accordance with the test period specified on this form. Or WGAG Form 55236 name and internal combustion locomotive specification card. This will be complete with a duplicate person in charge of the maintenance of the equipment. 1 copy of the pertain with the file with the installation with the equipment is evaporated with 1 copy of the forward with the railway Grand Division headquarters and the theater operation. On the zone of the transportation officer with attention to the zone master mechanic and zone interior of the report field annually with 1 chain of the crew making additional reports necessary. WDAG Form 55239 report broken stables figure 31. This will be prepared monthly duplicate with the person in charge of the maintaining equipment. 1 copy will retain the file with the installation of the equipment is operated. 1 copy will forward the railway Grand Division headquarters and the theater operations zone transportation officer to zone master mechanic and zone interior. 222 with the WDAG Form 55240 monthly report with the condition of the locomotive. The form is prepared monthly with a duplicate with the person in charge of the maintaining of the equipment. 1 copy will retain with the file. Installation of the wherever the equipment is operated. 1 copy will be forward with the railway Grand Division headquarters with the theater operations zone with the transportation officer with the attention zone master mechanic and zone interior. 223 WGAG Form 468 with the War Department unit unsatisfactory equipment report figure 33. The report with you the reporting manufacturer design operational defects equipment will be complete with the triplicate with the directive in the form of the person in charge of the maintenance of the equipment. 1 copy to pertain with the following you the organization. 2 copies you the technical server the floor with the railway Grand Division headquarters theaters of the War Operations Zone the officers attention Zone Master Mechanic Zone and Interior. 224 Operation Inspection Report forms locomotive crane derricks and pile driver Steam locomotive derricks and piles driver that inspect with the reported forms monthly WGAG Form 55-227 and 228. Quarterly air brake inspection WGAG Form 55-235. Other locomotive crane derricks and piles driver that inspect the reported file with the monthly WGAG Form 255-230. Quarterly air brakes WGAG Form 55-235. Copy of the corrected forms played in the cab crane, the derrick piles over the daily inspection. WGAG Form 55-226 will be prepared whenever the steam and other steam locomotive crane derrick pile drive the riser engine terminal. All above the forms included with the forward and with the instruction governing with the preparation, operation, inspection report, steam and other steam locomotives. 225 in territorial, the department commands installation located outside the continental limits for the United States, which under the jurisdiction temporary territorial, the department's commands forwarded 2 copies of the WDAG Form 55-151, 152, and 55-228. Chief Transportation off the U.S. Chief of the Transportation, U.S. Army, Washington, 25 D.C. Ports here and required by the forward with the Zone Master Mechanic Zone and Chief of the forward with the Commanding General of the Department of the Command have the jurisdiction over installation which equipment is operated and maintained. 226 requisition form forms of requisition through the normal chain of the junction general depot of the numbers for the command of the installations continental limited United States form of the report embarkment junction general depot by installation located outside continental limits of the United States Sea Field Manual 21.6 WD pamphlet 612 16 and 12.3. Or they show the form front and back of steam locomotive specification card, front and back, internal combustion locomotive specification card, report of broken stables, monthly report of condition of locomotive and locomotive cranes, unsatisfactory equipment report, and that was appendix, and then that will cover the basic book, the chapters 1 through 12 for operation of the railroad, general inspection, maintenance, locomotive, and locomotive cranes.